Hey guys, it's CLH here, and welcome to Super Mario RPG. This game doesn't have a ton of glitches, but the ones that it does have were too good to pass up. Boss skips, sprite errors, and disabling buttons are all possible in this. So let's not waste any more time and jump into this episode of Game Breakers. A short time after the game starts, you'll have to enter the castle and speak with the Chancellor. When in the room, the toads will stop you if you don't walk up the middle. But if you jump onto them and then jump again, you'll land past the Chancellor, never activating the conversation. You can walk behind him and have a look around, but once you press A near him, Mario's position will be corrected and the dialogue will start. Similar to the last glitch, this one uses a similar technique to skip the boss Mac. Shysters overrun the Mushroom Kingdom and you have to take on Mac to receive your first star piece. There's a way to jump right to the cutscene afterwards by literally jumping past it. When you enter the throne room, go into this corner. Run and jump right to land about here. Hopefully you didn't get pulled into the cutscene, but this jump can be pretty difficult. Now that we're here, jump up and tap right briefly. You should land on top of the Shyster. This was the toughest for me as I got taken into the cutscene a lot trying this. If you look below him, you'll see his and your shadow as little black dots. Move so Mario's shadow is inside of his. Hold Y, jump, and then hold up right on the D-pad. It's important that you jump before moving around. Once you have all that down, you'll land past the trigger and end up behind Mac. You can run right through the star and Mac, but you cannot interact with them since the developers never intended for you to get here. When you're ready to advance, just go into the corner and speak with the Chancellor. The game will freeze for a second and then begin to play the cutscene after you beat him. Since we never defeated him normally, the game didn't get a chance to clear out all the existing sprites, so the next sequence plays out with them just kinda there. The Chancellor walks inside Mac, and the toads that walk in repeatedly get crushed by the Shysters. As the screen fades, the star sprite also glitches out. There are many repercussions from skipping this fight, and you still get the star piece even though the cutscene of you getting it never plays. In the Kuro sewers, there are boot enemies that you can encounter. Run from one and you'll then have a short window of time to hop onto the boot and jump to a higher ledge. This can come in handy not having to use stairs or pipes to navigate. It's not particularly hard either to perform if you go right away. Moving on to Yoster Isle, there are two glitches involved riding Yoshi. Speak to him and bring him over to the racing Yoshi. Hop off of him when you place them directly in the other Yoshi's path. Talk to him again and agree to saddle up, but don't jump on just yet. Wait until the racing Yoshi is walking through and then hop on. If you timed it correctly, you'll be stuck inside and unable to walk around. You can do this with any Yoshi you want in the area, but the racing one is probably the easiest because he just walks in a straight line. This isn't really too crazy of a glitch because you can just jump out, but it's still kinda cool. While riding Yoshi, if you try and leave an area, he'll force you to get off. But if you hop on top of this yellow Yoshi walking around, we can bypass this. Get on top by jumping as he's walking towards you. Now there are two ways you can do this glitch. You can wait here until he walks over to the exit, but I couldn't get that to happen. Or you can force him up that way by blocking his path anytime he tries to walk in a direction that you don't want him to. This can be a rather tedious process and took me some time. You want to be standing on the yellow Yoshi as he gets here and then walk off to the next area. You'll no longer be riding Yoshi, but the game thinks you are. None of your buttons will work on the controller except the D-pad. You cannot jump, open a menu, or run. All you can do is walk around. My guess as to why this happens is when you give an input to jump, it tells the game to have Yoshi jump, but he's actually not here. The same goes for the rest of the buttons. I went back into the area and spoke to Yoshi, and he told me to hop on like normal, but I wasn't able to jump. Entering the world map and warping to a new area doesn't even fix it. The only way I found to correct this is by resetting the game. In the Moleville coal mines, you'll face off against Croco for a second time. During the fight, let him take down Mallow. Continue battling until he goes to steal your items. He'll charge and hit Mallow, and his sprite now looks like he's alive again. Sadly, it's not the case as you're not able to attack as him, but it's still kinda cool having him standing. After all the events in Marrymore are taken care of, you'll be back in the Mushroom Kingdom with the princess. When you exit the castle, she will start to glide down. Press X to open the menu, exit, and run over to her. Before she lands, her sprite will be pretty messed up and it looks hilarious. I guess I never expected you to open the menu while this is happening, so the sprite just gets messed up. Sadly, when the princess does land, she'll return to normal. When you end up back in Seaside Town after the sunken ship, you'll face off against Yuridovich. During the fight, he'll create a second fake version of himself, which has a pretty glitchy sprite. When Bowser was in my second party slot, I had him defend. When I wanted to select my move with Mario, the Y button kept getting dashes through it from the background. I'm not sure why this occurs because when Bowser is in his normal position, it doesn't happen. Another glitch occurs when Bowser is in the second party slot again. If the top of Yurkovich goes down to attack the third party member, Bowser's head will begin to have those dashes too, but a lot of his head will be gone. In Bean Valley, there are piranha plants waiting to be watered. Hop on top of one of the sprouts and stay here until it grows to full size. Since we stood on top of it, we'll now be inside of the piranha plant. If you move in any direction, you'll immediately enter a fight. You can jump and then move to get out if you don't want to battle. that's gonna do it for this episode of Game Breakers. If you enjoyed, drop a like and subscribe. I don't really think I've mentioned this before, but I do have a Twitter if you want to go follow me at CWillyHD. I post things going on in my life, updates on videos, and talk to you guys, so if you're interested, check it out. But for now, I'm getting out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, see ya!